Hi everyone, I'm Sarah and this is Barre with Sarah and this is your Barre Basics pre or postnatal core workout. So as a reminder, if you are prenatal anywhere when you start to show, so that's generally 16 to 20 weeks, but depends on you, your body, and your pregnancy, or if you're postnatal, intent after birth, we would say the general guideline is 3 or 4 months before you get back into athletic exercise. This is the workout for you. That means I don't want you doing the prone core moves. I don't want you doing extension and flexion of the spine. This is the workout that's going to be safest for you. That being said, I'm a barre teacher, not a medical professional. So please talk to your doctor to make sure that these exercises are going to be safe and healthy for you and your body, either pre or post baby. So this is an add-on to all of our Barre Basics classes. So you can do this workout instead of the traditional core workout that we'll be doing in that class. For some pregnant and postnatal ladies, the planks, the push-ups, those might feel fine to you. I'll give you some modifications throughout. So this is truly for the core work, things like Superman where we're prone on the belly, or things like curl or bridge where we're all the way on the back. This workout assumes that you're already warm. If you're not warm, I'd recommend doing a minute of knee lifts. As a reminder for our knee lifts, we bring our feet first into camera view, hands on hips, and we just start lifting the knees. And just a minute of that will get the heart rate up where I need it to be. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is focus on our breathing, because when we think about core work for pre and postnatal folks, it's really about protecting your body and protecting the baby that you're growing. So we want to think about doing some breathing first. So I'm just going to have you bring your feet underneath your hips and put a hand or maybe both on your stomach. Especially as women, we're always taught suck it in, suck it in. But if we really want to work the core in a safe way during pregnancy and afterwards, we need to think about the breath and the way that the body is going to expand and contract in breath work. So we're going to start there. So hands on the stomach, thinking about inhaling. Belly expands, pelvic floor drops. Exhale, belly comes in, pelvic floor rises. Again, inhale. And exhale, pelvic floor in, belly comes back. Again, inhale, belly comes out. Exhale, belly in. One more time. Inhale, belly out, pelvic floor drops. Exhale, belly in, pelvic floor raises. So if you're like me, maybe you're a chest breather. I tend to breathe into my chest, so I'm up here. That's really not where we want to be, especially to get that core work in when we can't do that extension and flexion of the spine. That's what we really want to think about, is having good breath. So throughout all 4 of these exercises, we want you thinking about your breath and thinking about, again, inhaling, belly expanding, exhale, belly coming in. Okay, so our first 2 exercises are going to be down on the floor. So let's go ahead and come on down. So one of the common exercises we'll do is called under bar, and you'll learn it soon enough. And that's when we'll be all the way prone in the back, generally with a Pilates ball under the sacrum. So this is your modification for that exercise. So I want you to come into tabletop, and this tabletop, your wrists are going to be underneath your shoulders. Your knees are going to be underneath your hips. I want this nice neutral back. We're not going to arch, and we're not going to flex. Okay, so from this neutral position with nothing else changing, we're going to do vacuum rounds. So we're going to go ahead and inhale, belly drops, and then exhale, belly comes in. Inhale, pelvic floor expanding. Exhale, everything coming in. So hopefully you can see, keep inhaling and exhaling. Nothing else is changing in my body. The spine is completely neutral as I'm inhaling and then exhaling, holding everything in. And this is super important because if we extend and flex the spine, that's going to put pressure on the abdominal wall. Inhale. Exhale, pull it in. And it's also going to give you a lot less room for the fetus if you're pregnant. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly comes in. Pelvic floor raises. Last time, inhale. And Exhale, everything comes in. Great. So between these stretches, you can do a child's pose or a modification. I would recommend keeping those knees wide and the toes together, and you can sit back. So if you're less pregnant, maybe in the first or possibly the second trimester, you can come down a little bit further. If you're in third trimester or just it's not comfortable to do that, you can just sit back on your heels. Again, wide here between the legs to give plenty of room. And same thing, if it puts stress on your pelvis in the postnatal period, this is a great modification to child's pose. Take an inhale, exhale here. Okay, we're going to come back into tabletop and we're going to do a version of Superman. So the traditional Superman, we're going to come all the way down to the belly, but that's not what we're going to be doing today. So I want you first, we're going to start by raising the right leg. So weight pressing into these wide starfish hands, taking that right leg and extending it back, and bringing it in. Now left leg, extending it back, bringing it in. We're just going to keep alternating. And you can find a breath pattern that works for you here, and also a speed that works for you here. I'm going at a moderate pace. If you're feeling super strong, you could pick it up, or you could slow it down. Do 4. Again, not feeling that back and that core is changing. Everything's in neutral. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and sit it back. Okay, so you can stay right there for our next set of tabletop Superman, or you have another option to make it a little bit more difficult. So if you're feeling strong today, you can add the alternate arm with the leg. One other thing to note is if you're feeling a little wobbly as you do that, you can also turn your foot, you can tuck those toes under and make it more of a kickstand, and that's going to give you more stability. So we're going to go ahead and do 6 on each side. So I'll give you the halfway point. So if you're feeling a little less stable, you can do them all on one side, and then you can switch out the kickstand to the other side. But I'm going to be alternating. Okay, so back into that great tabletop position. Go ahead and inhale and send the right leg back. Inhale, lift arm forward, and then set it down. Other side, up. Again, if you don't like alternating, you can stay just on one side, and I'll let you know when to switch. You have 3 more, and then you'll switch in 2 more. And again, doing it single-sided, it's a little different, but if you're feeling not as stable, okay, I'm going to give you a second to switch out, so go ahead and switch. If you're on one side, let's do our last 6. 6, keeping that thigh bone, turn down to the ground, knowing that if you feel wobbly at any point in time, you can set that hand down and go back to lifting the leg. 3, one thing about bar teachers is we're not good at counting. 2, so sometimes we get 1 extra rep in. 1. Great job. Go ahead and sit back. Again, wide child's pose here, or just sitting back here. So I was talking through that, just giving you all of the cues. But as a reminder, when we lift, or the work is the exhalation. So it would be the lift to exhale, and then inhale, everything's coming back to that tabletop again. Okay, so once you carefully bring yourself up, we're going to be using our support, which is, I'm using the chair today. You can use a table, a counter, a bar, the back of the sofa. Carefully get yourself up. I am not expecting, or postnatal, so this is probably not the best way to get up. I think you are postnatal, but here we are. I also like using a chair in particular for these, especially when you're expecting for bar, because then if you need a place to sit down, you've got one, and you just, as your body continues to change as you're growing a human, just having somewhere to sit could be helpful. Okay, so now we're going to go into the modification exercises for you for our 2 back down exercises, which are curl and bridge. So we're going to go ahead and face into your support. And I want you to step your legs out nice and wide. So I have my yoga mat, and my legs are just outside of the yoga mat. My heels are touching my yoga mat, and my toes are pointed out on a diagonal. My hands can rest right here on my support. So this is a plie squat. We don't do a lot of squats in bar, But this is a really great neutral abs exercise. So I want you to just watch my back as I'm doing this. Okay, so I'm going to inhale and the belly's going to come relaxed, and I'm going to sit back into those hips. Exhale and rise. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly rises. Go ahead and join me. Inhale, belly expands, sink down just to that point where you feel comfortable, and then exhale, rise. So I've got that natural curve in my spine, neutral abs, nice and slow, pressing up through that full foot, holding on to my support. Exhale, come up. Inhale, sinking, sinking. Exhale, stand. You're going to do 3 more. Inhale, belly relaxes. Exhale, stand. Zip, 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 zip. 2 more. Last one. Back, back, back. Sitting back in the back. Squat and exhale. Come up. It does like a little shake. And now we're going to step into a military squat. So this is the bridge modification. So my legs are coming into hip distance in parallel. So there we are as a reminder. But I want you to face into that support because again, it's going to give you a lot more stability. Our breathing and our movement's going to be the same. We just have a different position here in the legs. So inhale, I'm going to lower. Exhale, I'm going to stand up. Here we go. Inhale, send those hips back, belly expands. Exhale to rise. Inhale. And exhale. You'll notice I'm not going with the beat of the music. I'm just taking it nice and slow. I want you to be listening to your body. You might be able to go a little bit faster, but this is really about stability and control in this workout. Inhale, lower, belly expanding. Exhale and rise. Let's do 4 more together. Inhale, lower. Exhale, come up. Inhale and lower. Exhale to rise. And inhale to lower. Exhale to rise. 1 more for fun. Inhale to lower. Exhale to rise. That's it. That is your core workout for pre and postnatal. Again, just a reminder to make sure to talk to your physician to make sure that this is a safe workout for you to do. But I want you modifying this as soon as you're showing, so 16 to 20 weeks. And we recommend that people get back into barre 3 to 4 months after a healthy delivery, especially core work. But again, you'll be talking to your doctor to make sure this is going to work for you. So thanks for tuning in for this pre and postnatal workout. I hope to see you tucking soon. Thanks. Bye.